Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines.
Yes, Between the Lines, this 4th day of the month of May 2026. My name is Godwin. I'm here in the Milan studio, and who's the face next to me? Who's that face there?
This is Dr. Olufemi Obakarogi from London, United Kingdom. Good evening, Nigerians all over the world. Good evening, Nigeria, United Kingdom. Good evening, Nigeria, all over the globe.
Nice. All over the globe. You're welcome, man. It's good to have you. Hope your weekend went well. How was the weekend?
It was excellent. The weekend was excellent. It was a time. Yeah, Saturday was a time to celebrate my mom, my passion of my mom. So it was awesome. And also, yeah, we had a gathering of friends. So it was awesome. Thank you to everyone online that visited that came.
You because we didn't see on Friday, we could have had the live coverage also on the network so that our followers can see what happened. So it is the passing away of your mom, and this is like the funeral. The final
service
funeral
of song? The service of songs in UK, but the funeral is going to be in Nigeria in June.
Okay, let's carry us along. Let's have her pictures,
sure.
So we can also have some media arrangements for that. You're a stakeholder on this, so we need to be part of it. We're part of the family. Great. All right, Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi, there are still reprisal attack going on. 11 persons killed as bandits launch reprisal attack in Castina State. We are still not in that safe mode yet. Is it really that it's because of campaign season, or is this just dealing with our people ruthlessly? What's the news from Castina?
I think we cannot just nail it. It's not fair to just nail it to one thing. But it's just a season that is a terrible one that we have here. We cannot nail it to just one thing. And in this regard, this can be a reprisal attack based on many things. So without deep investigative journalism, it will be unfair to just nail it to one thing. It can be a reprisal based on the fact that there was an attack that was repelled and some bandits were killed. It can be a case of attack based on pre-planned evil activity of these terrorist organizations. It can be anything, but to just jump the fact that it's all, and also it can be also for political purposes, so reasons, so that we have anything that's involved. So without any concrete evidence to what it may be, it will be unfair to just judge it and just nail it to one thing.
Okay. Anyway, police said they were doing some operations. They tried to track down the fleeing suspects. Some people were found, but so far 11 people have been killed. That village is called Kaki local government in Castina State. It's terrible. But before we go on, let's bring in the big man from Canada. Who is that man? Always having a sip.
We gotta stay hydrated.
It's cold there.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, guys. Dr. Olufemi and my Godwin. My name is George Chukwuodiwe from Canada, and we're here to bring you Between the Lines on Monday to stack up everything that happened on the weekend. So we'll keep you updated on the news around the world and in Nigeria. Dr. Femi, how are you?
I'm very, very relaxed. Today is a bank holiday in United Kingdom, so it's a workers' holiday. Today is a workers' day off, so you can see me in a relaxed environment, in my hoodie and my tracksuit.
I was even surprised because you're so relaxed. Your face is just so well relaxed, and I'm like, is there something else?
It's a holiday. It's a holiday today. It's a holiday today in the United Kingdom.
Bank holiday. That's correct. That's what we heard. Our family said so. All right, George. The discussion is still on these attacks. They say it's a reprisal attack. Castina is experiencing some not pleasant situation. What did you hear about that attack? 11 people killed.
11 people were killed, and then listen. I mean, sometimes question we have to ask ourselves is this: why are we where we are today? We can give all. No, seriously though, because if something is happening to you again and again and again and again, and you are doing the same thing and expecting a different result, that's what you call insanity. So what we're seeing today is that these young people are ruling us. They've risen. They're established. And look at what is happening to a country as big, the biggest Nigerian, a black nation in the world. Out of every 11 to 12 black person in the world is a Nigerian. So, I mean, it's come to the point where we have to be realistic about really what is going on in our country. Because, I mean, you can blame the government all you want to. And then you can blame the Northerners all you want to. But the facts are on ground that this is what is really happening. And what do we need to do in order to stop this? Because it's come to the point where we know, whether we like it or not, these people, they have killed so many and consistently doing the same thing. And we are applying the same strategies. So something got to give somewhere. It is so sad. It is human beings that are dying. Human beings that are being kidnapped. You're talking about a generation of people. The number of people that have been killed so far by this insurgency, if they could start a country in about 100 years, a whole country, think about it for a moment. So what we need to do is to go back to the drawing table. What do we need to do in order to stop this nonsense? Because everything we have been applying has not been working. So what do we do? Because every day, whether it is the Northerners that are planning this to make Asiwaju's government, weak, like what he said. He said it last week. When Jonathan said it, actually, the funny thing is that when Jonathan said this with his wife, you remember many years ago, now you only waka come. You remember that? Madam Jonathan, the first lady. So all of a sudden, Asiwaju is so frustrated. The president is so frustrated. He wants this thing done yesterday. But I believe that internally he's there are some resistances because whatever
but George, let me take you on your words. When we use the word they're trying to make his government look weak, I mean that's a ridiculous statement. George, there's something called willpower. And every president has been when we select a president of our country, what we've done is giving that president the power to look over us, protect us, help us. So saying that is to make him he has the willpower to go out there and do anything he can. Dr. Femi, I know you will say we can't kill everybody, but I mean, they are killing our people. This isn't killing every day, every week, every month, every year. Deaths upon deaths. Gentlemen, let's be real. We can't be giving excuses.
Listen. Can I just say this? I've said this several times. This is not excuses, and these are the truth. This is just the truth. Now, I want to agree with Sir George based on the fact that we're doing the same thing, but we want different outcome. And the thing is this, I kept on saying this thing. Security and intelligence is local. We cannot be blaming the central government all the time when the needful needs to be done is not being done. There's been clamor for state policing all the while, local policing. They have been clamoring for it. But the thing is this, now, just to digress a little bit, I saw something recently. One of the senators, or maybe House of Representatives, was running his mouth. He's from Bauchi or so. He was running his mouth about, the insecurity there. Listen, when the issue of state policing came, they were voting against it. They were voting against the state policing. Now, when the crisis comes, they want to blame the central police. Central police cannot save every local government, every village in the military cannot save every village in Nigeria. We are vast land. What we need to do is make it small and precise to each local government. For example, local government we just talked about, Bachi in Katsina State. If there has been a local police station in that place, the attack just happened. It is within their community that the attack happened. They have weapons, they will defend that. They will go after those who kill those people, and that will have been stopped there. They won't be waiting for something the central. That we kept on doing the wrong thing, and we are demanding for the right thing to happen. Even in United Kingdom, even in America, we don't have central police that we control. We have metropolitan police and we have district policing. That although they are connected in the middle, but they run the state activities. We need to do this so that we can begin to monitor our state. This idea of federal government needs to do this, federal government needs to do this. How will the federal government touch every soil around Nigeria? Nigeria is too vast. You need to see the size of Zambia is more than some countries in Africa. Zambia forest alone is more than some countries in Africa. But until we do the right thing, we'll just be coming here and talking English. These are human beings being killed for goodness sake. These are human beings that grew up as a child, that became adult, and some of them are old, middle age. They're just being slaughtered like animals, to be wasted. But the thing is, yes, those who are in authority, especially at the state and the local, they are not doing what they need to do. All they are doing is state governors are collecting security votes. What for? In the West, they started the what's it called? The Amotekun. It was the person that was pushing it was Akeredolu. Immediately he died, the thing went down. Obibiagu happened in the East. All of a sudden, nobody's talking about it because the money that will go to fund it will come from the governor's purse, which is security vote. They've been eating all these years. But the National Assembly needs to push it and put it down. Security votes don't go to governors alone, will go to state policing. Local governments will go to local government policing. Then we begin to put this into, when there is a killing in local government, people should go to march to chairman of local government house and then deal with the chairman of local government. You will start working. When we know that the money for security is with him and nothing's happening in the local government, people are killing that local government, let them go after the local government. See, why will it not happen? But when we blame somebody that is far away, it is somebody that is far away that needs to protect us. It is easy for everybody to say it's not my fault. We need to make it somebody else's fault that is within those communities. These are human lives, not animals.
Okay, listen to this. The point is this, whether we like it or not, whether we are APC, ADC, PDP, or whatever, the box stops on the table of the president of Nigeria. He is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. We are not at war with any foreign country. We are at war with one another. It's like a civil war. So tell me something. After 8 years of Buhari, or 6 years of Jonathan, when it all started, 8 years of Buhari under APC, and then another 4 years is passing, and we're still talking about state policing and state policing. The point about it is this. It is time for us. Look at what is happening around the world today. When the going gets tough, the tough goes going. If we have to regroup ourselves and bring the Navy and the Air Force all inclusive to fight this war, we can. The point about it is this. we are still lagging behind militarily and strategically against an insurgency within our own lands. If we could just go and just one place where we know they are, find out where they are, destroy all of them, you will see something will take place. But let me tell you, even when the president tells them to do this, within them, I'm talking about the military and the intelligence, there has been so much what I call what do you call it again? Sympathizers. So what do you want this man to do? Because I know for sure, for Asiwaju to come out and tell you that these people are within his government and they are sabotaging everything, that means he's frustrated. He tells them to do something, but it's not working. So I don't understand it. The bottom line to this whole entire thing is this: close our eyes, decide wherever they are, wipe everybody out. When you do it in 2 locations, no, you will see what will happen. Because today they are within that confine of the place where you can't touch us. We are greater than you. Look at what is happening. Reprisal. That means that they came back because they were attacked, and then they come back again to let you know we are greater than you. Nigeria is a laughable place right now as we speak. It is laughable, whether we like it or not. Now we're talking about all these things. We need a new ground strategy combined with military air force. Wherever they are, we can follow them. Because what is happening is drones can follow these people. If you go now, drones can follow them and know exactly where they are. But
now the company that produces drone, some two brothers, young Nigerians, they are taking their drone manufacturing company to Ghana.
Okay.
Because the condition in Nigeria is a little bit harsh for them. So they are taking it to Ghana, and they are doing good security gadgets, good security technology gadgets that will enhance.
Can I make a comment about what we're talking about here? When we're talking about
what they were producing, and they were producing ones that you cannot even see in the air. They've done it already.
Yes.
These young boys are so sharp. Go ahead, Dr.
Can I comment on this one? You made a very good analysis, but you are missing something about in security strategy. You are making it look as if the terrorists always gather in a place like in a market or live around outside the country somewhere, and what we need to just go after them where they are and then come back and go and deal with them as if we are fighting war against some people. When these people are done, they mix within the community. They flow into the community. Nobody knows them. Even they are doing business. There was also a strategic report that says that some villagers are more comfortable with them because the money they get from this kidnapping and all this stuff, they spend, when people buy for 1,000, they buy for 5,000. So people are ready to do business with them because they pay a lot. So women go and service them in their enclaves. So the thing is this, some people are blending into it because it is money for them. What I'm saying is this. You said about the prison attack we're talking about here. If there be security forces in the village, the local government, who knows that they will be victim of these people? They will fortify themselves and they will deal with this at the grassroots level. We are not doing what we need to do, and that's why we are getting to where we are now. Local government, local and state policing is the way forward. The thing is this: if, for example, if they get to a situation where the crisis is beyond the look, they will call for enforcement from the military. They will come and back them up. That's what used to happen in the past. When there's a crisis in a place, the police will deal with them. The mobile police, remember, mobile police will deal with the situation. When they go out of hand, that's where you bring the military. But what we are doing is that we are jumping that loop, bringing the military. But how many boots we have on ground that can stay in one soil, and every local government in Nigeria? So that's the problem we have. We are expecting too much from a limited number of people. We're expecting too much from the thing that was not within the confines of the creation of a military. Military are not supposed to fight wars inside their own nation. They are supposed to defend the integrity of those nations from our external attack. But we're asking them to come and do policing work. Policing work has been abandoned. So what we need to do is focus on policing work. When you get them, you call the military to come and flush them out.
All right, Femi. Let's bring our
listen
viewers
to
speed.
Yeah.
George, let's bring our viewers to what we're discussing. So I'm just bumping in. It's the reprisal attack that has happened in Castina State. A village in Castina had 11 people killed as bandits launched a reprisal attack on them. So what that means is the security were able to do some strike on them, and they came back and dealt with that village. Gentlemen, let's look at this.
Okay, can I just say something that in a statement on Sunday, now signed by the command spokesperson DSP Abubakar Sadiq, the commissioner described the attack as cowardly and barbaric. Okay, what's this now? This is what he said: an aggressive intelligence-led manhunt to identify and arrest the perpetrators. He also deployed additional tactical teams to the affected area. So now, after the effect. So all we have done is giving excuses. This thing is beyond what we are doing, what we are deploying, what we are actually. If we want to stop this, there got to be a tactical. I'm talking about whether it is with the state policing, because when you institute the state policing, there are loopholes in the state policing also, because some of the people that you might even employ as state policing might be sympathizers, and they will still continue to release intelligence back to these people, and therefore we might not be able to be effective or efficient. All I'm saying is this: something serious needs to happen. What this man Abubakar Sadiq just said is what we're supposed to have been doing. Okay, we know that there was an attack in that place. How come we have not tried to discover? Because if they kidnap people, there is a place where they are in the forest. They just don't disappear somewhere. They gotta be somewhere. And these are the things
what we need
to do in order to find out where they are, go after them. Because what we are seeing right now is what we are weak in the eyes of everybody as a nation, as a military, as a government.
George and Dr. Femi, in conclusion, I would say that whatever it may be, state policing, federal security, these people need brute force, I mean, hardcore attack on these people, whoever is handling it, because they keep coming and they have done too many damage to people.
Can I ask a question? Because something is seriously wrong here. If the military, knowing that the only war they are fighting is against this insurgency, okay, have we seen any place where they are practicing? No, you're not going to another nation to fight. You're fighting within. But this is a war. Are they really practicing and equipping themselves physically and militarily to go against these people? Or are they just the way they have been before?
They are.
The answer is yes. Yes, they are suffering casualties. They are suffering casualties. But because it is not supposed to be in the news, you know, to discourage, will not discourage and demoralize the army. They're suffering casualties. The other day, they killed a major general, and they killed some soldiers there. We're suffering casualties. Do you think they will fold their hands and wait for people to come and kill them? They are suffering casualties.
Dr. Femi.
All right, gentlemen, let's go to
listen to this. Listen to this. These people are in the bushes and they are practicing. They are being trained. I'm telling you, they are being trained. I've seen videos. So what my question again is this: if the training that our military is receiving, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Well. Okay. Yes, I want to go to other issues.
If the training the military is receiving is inadequate, maybe we need additional training for this type of local warfare. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, let's go ahead.
All right, gentlemen. Let's see this clip before we continue the story.
the tutelage of the leader of this party. And we don't do anything until it is commanded. First and foremost, we want to present to Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Rabiu Kwakwansu. On the other hand,
okay, so this is what happened yesterday.
By our leader, we present to the in-law that have already been accepted the membership card of the NDC. As a symbol of your
okay, gentlemen, there you go. So Obi and Kwankwanso have now gone to another party, NTC. The issue here now is our politics not looking English? Are we looking like clowns? I mean, jump.
Well, you see, as laughable as this is very serious.
It's serious.
This is very, very serious, because what you're seeing right now is, on one side of it, the opposition believes that most of the internal squabbles that they're having, they blame it on the federal government.
Okay.
I haven't seen anywhere where I see what you sent anybody go and destroy this party or go and destroy that party. But what we are seeing is individual ego and individual aspirations are destroying other parties. Because if it is Asiwaju that is doing this, I will tell you, when they're blaming our president, I am so happy, because what they're making the man to be is a force that can be reckoned with. But most of these things that they are blaming him for are internal squabbles. The only way you can blame the president is if, for instance, he is paying Atiku Abubakar from behind. But there is no sign of it. Atiku Abubakar is sitting down over there, destroying. Whenever it comes to the south, he will come as somebody who wants to come in to help, but he's destroying the whole entire political strategy. He's sitting. He refuses to sit down.
This is more than Atiku issue. It's more than Atiku issue now. Thank you, George. Thank you for your viewpoint.
Okay.
But let's come to more serious thing on this issue. The Kwankwanso and Obi, the campaign to another party, doesn't this make our politics look crazy? Now, what I mean by that is, first of all, I would have said Nigerian political parties are too many. The two-party system we had, and this SDP, NRC, was very ideal, even though the election that year was truncated. But these too many parties, fragmented parties, all kind of people forming parties because they can afford it, is not a solution for us democratically in Nigeria. That's my point.
It is a solution. It is. I disagree with you. Now,
you don't agree with the two parties?
Yeah, I disagree with you. What you have is an opposition that are power hungry, not idealistic, no ideal. So the ideology. There's no ideology, and they have no direction. Now,
that's why we need two parties.
No. We can't force people into two parties. That's a military thing. We can't force two parties. Anywhere in the world, we have multiple party system. We have two or three strong parties, and there'll be other parties. In this country, people talk about conservative and Labour. But there are other parties. But those are the two major parties. But other parties are there, small parties. Those are the ones that actually do a little things where the other two disagree. They take advantage of that. People have another option B out of the option C out of the other two. Those are the two options we have. The problem I have with the SDP and PDP and NRC situation was that it was a military idea. Secondly, you put different people with different terrible ideology. That was when MK Abiola won election. Some people within the party were ready to sell the party, tell the mandate off because they don't even believe in it. They are just forced into those parties. But let us look at the situation of Father.
I ran that time with one of the party, and I tell you, as a student of politics too, two-party system will work in Nigeria compared to what we have now. This thing we have now is childish. I mean, just look at them, 21 of them, and they are not even all well aligned. They still have all their shortcomings.
The reason why they were not well aligned is because they do not stand for anything. They were doing it for selfish purpose. Listen, let me explain something to you. Now, I am not castigating Mr. Peter Obi. Mr. Peter Obi got a platform, a fantastic platform in Labour Party, but he messed that ticket up. Why am I saying this? On that platform, when they have crisis, what they will have done is Mr. Peter Obi call all the parties into a room, lock the door, and then deal with the matter. That is what leadership does. Do you think they didn't have crisis in APC? They had crisis in APC. What Bola Ahmed Tinubu did was to lock them up in a room, and they had meetings upon meeting, and they concluded, and they gave up. Some people gave up some seats, some people gave up because they have suffered it before. Under SDP NRC you're talking about, when it was Sarumi and Agbala Jobi in Lagos, they disagreed. You know what happened? People voted against the two of them, and Otedola became governor of Lagos State. So since they learned that lesson, they never did that in Lagos again.
When what I'm saying is this comes in between that two-party style, this is, you see, what you just said now is why we need the two-party. Because there cannot be control, there can be orderliness, there can be decorum. What we have now is, look at all these parties. Just imagine these parties. You know, some of the chairmen of this NDC they just formed now are young boys that just came out of school and they're now chairmen, and they will obviously go and mess things up. So Nigeria should think of these two parties. I sat down all alone and thought about this. I was meditating because I saw the gain of these two parties. Dr. Femi and George, do you know that with the two parties, Nigeria was more united? You know,
we were young in democracy. We were
because you could have SDP in the north, NRC in the north, and you have NRC in the south and SDP in the south. You have, so we were more. Now we are very, very divided, and we are divided in a mean way. We want to really scatter everything, but because
Mark. We were young in democracy. We were desperate to get out of a military government. We were determined to get out of a military government. And do you know one of the reasons why it worked? A lot of the hotheads that are now involved in politics were just activists trying to get the military out of government. And those who are in there were rookies. So they are ready to stand with anything. Listen to this. Those who were ready to challenge the military were banned. The likes of Yaradua, those who are ready to challenge the military, were banned for politics. So that was what made it work. They were banned from contested election. So whenever anybody that tried to challenge the military comes, they ban them from politics. So everybody came fell in line. But you can't do that under civilian government. You cannot do that under civilian government. What we should do, if we say two-party system, if we do two-party system, let there be. The third one will be independent candidates.
Okay, so let's make it three. Let's make it three then. But this whole thing we're doing now,
the bottom line to it is this: it's childish, it is juvenile, if you ask me. And let me tell you something: the man Peter Obi is fighting for his political life. He believes that he got the instrument and the intelligence to lead Nigeria to where it's supposed to be. I don't blame him from trying to go from one party to another to find a way he can actually survive, to bring his ideology, to foster. The problem we have is this. The rotational presidency that we have, once somebody that is strong like Atiku comes in, when it is not their turn, you see, because this man is really, No, because the man is a mean-spirited, self-centered, politician. He cannot, there is no way in this world anybody who is not getting paid behind or who got, even some kind of some kind of wicked devices to foster can be doing this. This man, as old as he is, needs to be sat down by young people and cautioned. Go out there. If you want to run for the president of Nigeria, you're still looking young. Support this man. Agree with him for 4 years. Let him go and fight. Right after him, you will come in when it's time for the North. But he refuses to do so, knowing that it is practically impossible for him to win any election in Nigeria the way things are. So for him not to give room to somebody from the South is self-centered, is mean, is wicked, and it is deliberate. It is deliberate.
Deliberate. Okay.
Yes.
Well, viewers, you're hearing it here too. Yesterday, Peter Obi has gone to another party, and what that means also is a lot of people will be going to NDC now. As of this afternoon, they said they have about 1 million registered members. Everybody's decamping, everybody's going to NDC. Okay, and but we are still standing firm. Those of us in ADC, we have the ADC, the Diaspora side of the ADC, which I'm part of. We're still steady, we're committed, we're rooted. We're not moved by those funny things. Gentlemen, our president is by now is in either one of these two countries, Rwanda or Kenya. Then he will be going also to France. Let's see him leave. So again, he's going to those countries. Kenya, is he going to Kenya to make amends the Kenyan small gap?
It's to show them that Nigeria can speak good English.
Okay.
It's so funny. Of all the nations making fun about good English,
can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Anyway, no, the president has come. The president has reversed his comment. He said Nigerians can speak good English. It's not that was just a joke, So, but the seriousness in this now is going out again. Is it time to be moving again? What do we have with this movement? What's our gain economically, George, Femi?
Okay.
I mean,
when you're dealing with a man, okay, listen to this. There's something we need to understand. When Jonathan was put in prison, he inherited the presidency because of the death of Yaradua. He was an education. This man he worked in the university, though he was a politician to a degree. But what would you expect from a man of that caliber? His center has been in education, just like if you make Dr. Femi a president today. One thing that he might center in a lot will be to fix the educational system in Nigeria. He will push that area because this is his profession. This is his field. This is where he is a master, a doctor in.
Yeah.
So now you bring in a man who is a businessman, an international businessman for that nature, who understands diplomacy, in engaging other countries in order for us to be able to prosper, economically. So when he is traveling, a lot of people are castigating him, but he needs to do so because every travel that he makes, whether it's MOU that is that is instituted right now, we might not see the result at the moment, but the result will come eventually. And he is zeroed in on making such diplomatic connections in order for Nigeria to prosper. So that's where his strength is, and he's taking advantage of it. A lot of people might castigate. You have a lot happening in Nigeria. Why are you going out there? Because the world is in economic chaos. Therefore, he needs to travel make all the connection that he needs to make in order for Nigeria to continue to prosper. One of the major issues we're having is most of the seeds he is planting right now, diplomatically and internationally, is not yielding fruit right away. So people are agitated, but eventually it will come to yield fruit for the benefit of the country. That's what I believe.
George, you should be employed. You should be employed to be a spokesperson for the president at this point in time, because you just did a beautiful sellout there. Okay, so let's take it. The same thing you say, Dr. Femi. Is that not so?
Yeah, the president of Nigeria was not only elected to decorate Aso Rock. He's supposed to be the man in the forefront of selling Nigeria to the rest of the world. And sometimes the presidents take a lot of weight. The president of Nigeria is because sometimes in Nigeria, because we just run our presidency down, just talk down whoever is president, we don't know the value of the president of Nigeria stepping on the soil of African countries. So when we do that, it's like American president visiting any country in Europe or in America. It is as big as that. That's what that's who we are. So when he goes to any of his trip, the purpose of it is to put in bilateral talks, bilateral agreement, and to sign MOU for the purpose of moving Nigeria forward. Remember, the first 4 years of Obasanjo's regime, he was always traveling. Every month, he was always traveling. The idea was for debt forgiveness, to renegotiate Nigerian fund. But that was where we are at that time, just after the military, when they squandered everything. But now we are at the point of rebuilding our economy. We need to collaborate with other African countries, the rest of the world, to build confidence in Nigerian economy, to build confidence in Nigerian business. And like George said, this is an international businessman. You don't sit in your house to do business. You go and do business with people who are ready to do business with you. And when you go down and sit down with them, you look eye to eye, eyeball to eyeball. That is when things are happening. It's like us talking like this now. It's a different thing if it's an audiovisual. It's also audio. It's a different thing. Body language is a lot sometimes when you go into business. Your body language when you get to a business, the fact that you moved yourself and you move your people along with you to go and sit on the bilateral table with me shows that you really mean business. And this is what it means. For people to say that, oh, why is he traveling? Why is he traveling? When he sees Aso Rock, you say he sees Aso Rock. When he goes to that, you say, why he has to go? What do you want him to do? To go and jump in the lagoon?
No. What people are saying is to see the effect on the masses. I mean, all of these people still want to have real, tangible impact, not just every time.
George, sorry. Let me just answer that question. Listen, Nigeria is an old building. Like old. I just give my additional analogy. It's an old building. As an old building, and you want to repair, process of repair takes some time because one, you need to destroy some things to maybe to pull some plants down, go to the foundation, which is ugly, before you build it up. Before people can see the aesthetic of a brand new building, there's some correct changes that need to make, modernization that we need to take place. It will look ugly at that period. But when the effects are coming, like George said, when the effects are coming, it may not be now. Yeah, it's like you plant a seed. You want to take the proceed immediately. It takes some time for it to germinate. It takes some time to grow, and when it grows, it does not even give you profits immediately. It gives a profit in a long term. So let us be patient. It is working. They are not sitting down there. This set of people are determined to make a difference.
You see. In addition. What we are experiencing in Nigeria is the microwave mentality.
Thank you.
That's what we're experiencing.
No, guys. Hold on. No, listen. We've had series of government come and tell us, tighten your belt. Don't worry. Few years time, we'll be eating the reward.
Okay.
Tighten your belt, and they've been doing that to us for years now. So
we understand the pessimistic attitude that we have developed as a result of promise and fail. But what we are looking at now, listen to this though. What we are looking at now, you had a president who did not know his head from his tail. Unfortunately, that's what Buhari represented to Nigerians for 8 years under APC. Now, all of a sudden, you have somebody who have practiced business from his childhood, engaged in international reforms. So right now, when you're talking about him going, take a look at the statement that was made. President Tinubu's participation at the summit from May 11 to 12 will underscore Nigerian unwavering commitment to strengthening strategic partnership with African nations and the French republics. Watch this. After Kenya, the president will also travel to Kigali, Rwanda for CEOs Forum, holding from May 14 to 15. So all the movement is strategic. Those movements, as much as it might look like time wasting to us right now, but these things are things that will position Nigeria as the giant of Africa. He is there personally, showcasing our strength, that our land, as much as it might be chaotic to a degree, but it's still a fertile land for you to sow, to partnership with, so that within Africa, you can develop economic powerhouse within us in order to trade with one another. Because remember, there are people that don't want us to actually, foster the business communications within Africa, because they know that when we begin to trade with one another, we will not need them as much as anymore. So that's exactly what they're trying to do. So he's going to France first, and then from there, visiting all these African nations, is repositioning Nigeria as the giant of Africa that you can trade with.
Yeah, but the French one has no much thing. He's just only going to report to Godfather. Godfather.
Can I? Listen,
I don't want to be politically correct.
The French is strategic to the security and economic belt on the top of Nigeria. Look at all the countries above Nigeria there, where the insecurity crisis is coming from. They are Francophone countries. So
let's talk about a country that is not on the French part. Let's talk about South Africa. The South African situation is getting out of control. This morning, the federal government is sending airplane to bring home 130 Nigerians that have voluntarily said they want to be repatriated. And this is because xenophobia is getting out of control. Gentlemen, this is where we are. Xenophobia, Nigerians are suffering in South Africa.
Okay. I was
dying now. Yeah.
Bovi just performed in Toronto on Saturday, so we were with him. And in that particular concert, I met some South Africans that are so, ardently opposed to what South Africans are doing. And some of them were even telling us that actually the government is complicit to this. That is actually the government that is paying these people because of their inability to bring economic welfare to the nation. So they found other people to blame, that these people are taking your jobs. That's what these are South Africans who was telling me this. And among them, there was also my co-MC who is from Zimbabwe. They are decrying what is going on. They're saying, these are our brothers and sisters. Why are they treating us like that? So you see what is happening in South Africa today. Government has been given to black folks in that place, and they have been unable to meet whatever that was happening when the white people were doing it. Therefore, they're looking for a scapegoat. Now, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, and some of these African nations are being blamed for their own incompetencies. And that's what we're seeing today. And it is so sad that the government is allowing this to happen. It needs to stop right away. Yes.
Now, there's this picture, this lady you see here. Her name is Jacinta. She's one of the she's like the arrowhead of the group doing the agitation, doing the xenophobia to Africans. She spearheads it. She comes, she gathers her people, speak to them. They will begin to go from town to town, house to house, and beat up foreigners. So that's the lady there. Somebody was saying, somebody had a view to seeing her story, that probably she went out with a Nigerian guy and, maybe broke her or something. Now she's taking the pain on fellow Nigerians. So anyway, it's getting serious. And we're bringing home 130 of Nigerians that have registered to be voluntarily repatriated. They'll be arriving tomorrow morning, and also more say they want to come home. More Nigerians are afraid of their life.
Yeah.
More Africans too,
Yeah.
and they all want to move.
Yeah, this xenophobic thing, like Sir George said, this is in all this. You will not see. How many times have you seen the police involved? The police just actually there was no police in in those towns. There's no police in those areas. So the government is complicit in this, and in all this, the president has been quiet. The government has been quiet. It was as if they never heard about this. And this is not just one-off. It's been going on for a while. Because there are women attacking other pregnant women in hospitals. And these animals just show a picture. This is a woman, that's a black woman, raising up activism against fellow black women to attack fellow black women within the community. And they are on social media. The social media should take its all accounts down. I blame all Nigerians as well. This kind of person should be on social media. When there's stupid things on social media, we start jumping on them. Start jumping on Pella, Portable, and this one fighting each other. We run on that one. We should be running on this one. Everybody should go on this account, report her to every social media handle, pull her account down, and report her to international police for war crime. For crime against humanity. That's what we should be doing.
SSM will the advice you just gave. Thank you for that. We're going to do our own effort at putting her out there and really making people know that she's
one of the things we need to do is to organize internationally. All the African nations organize internationally. Go and occupy South African embassies to warn them to stop the killing and the destroying of the properties of foreigners in their country. Until we do so, the government will continue to be quiet. They won't say anything, and they allow this type of stupidity to continue to fester. That's the only way to stop them, because we don't want a particular country. We don't want a particular country coming out alone. All the countries that are involved, the Africans need to come together. Go and occupy all the South African embassies. Occupy those places. Make noise around the world. It will force the government of South Africa
as at this morning, the Foreign Affairs new minister, Bianca Ojukwu, has summoned the ambassador of South Africa to office because we are going to take some action. Nigeria will take some action. They can't do this to us. You guys, like we were saying last time, do you know civil servants were a certain amount of money was deducted from civil servants during the 80s and 90s all to support South Africa. Every father, everybody, every family that was working then, my dad went through. They took a certain amount of, and they were doing that at some point, like 6 months. And musicians, Nigerian musicians, Onyeka Onwenu, if she rises up now from her grave, she will cry at this.
She'll be in pain.
Sonny Okoso, many of the musicians were singing Free Appetite, Free South Africa, Free Mandela, all of these things. Look at the people we are all trying to say they should free. Can you imagine this?
Also, you need to see the class of people that are doing this. These are the uneducated. These are the people that didn't go to school, or for whatever reason, they are not able to make ends meet. So they are the ones receiving this payment to go out there and to fight against their own African brothers and sisters. Depriving them from using hospitals where they will even pay. They sack them away, pregnant women. So we need to come together under one umbrella and come against this nonsense that South African government is allowing to happen in their own country. Because this is deplorable, despicable, and unacceptable.
Yes, unacceptable. So I will do our part, Dr. Femi. Good advice there. I'm going to do some things to bring awareness to that lady. Obviously, she's on all the social media, So we're going to really put her out and let people know she's evil. So, man, see this video before we go. It's just a short one.
And there's some really interesting things. So on this graph here, we see a very low prevalence of that variation A in a population, all the way up to where you have a lot of people in a country that have that variation of the gene.
Okay.
And we're mapping that up against happiness here. So very low levels of happiness reported in the country compared to really high levels of happiness. And the data from around the world shows that the more people have this variation of the gene, the happier that country reports being, with Nigeria, our prime example, waiting for us at the top there. They are very happy, and they also happen to have many, many more people with this variation of the gene. In fact, Nigerians are twice as likely to have that genetic variation compared to people in the UK.
What does this gene do?
So actually, it codes for your body's natural version of cannabis.
Explains a lot.
All right. So what you're hearing is a research they've done that shows that Nigeria have a special gene mutation that keeps them happy. They say they've reportedly done the thing, experiments, the research. There's a chemical in the average Nigerian called amadenian. They say it reduces the chance of depression and reduces PTSD, that's post-trauma syndrome, and it makes it easy for people to forget painful memories and they just move on with their life happy. And they say we have lots of it in us. So it's interesting. And that's a university right there where you are, Dr. Femi. It's forgot the name. So they combined with Harvard also, and the doctors they just found this out. This happened during the weekend. So let's talk about this briefly. Is that why probably we will not protest when we are in pain? We will not really protest and get results like other countries do. We protest for one day.
I think to a large extent, our threshold for pain and for endurance is higher than the average other nations, because one of the things that Nigeria has gone through the civil war and they're back together like this. The other nation that has gone through things like this, okay, will be Rwanda. Now look at how Rwanda has handled it. But the thing is this, over the years, we are a set of happy people. And that is what will happen is that whenever we are loud, we are significant, we are intentional, and we are determined to do the right thing. And because our determination over the years is being abused by government, the fact that we are determined to just make it, so we are abused by government. But there's a generation that is also determined to just enjoy their lives and without doing much. So that is the unfortunate situation we find ourselves. But the fact that we are happy gives us the ability to go through it. If you see, even a poor man, if he buys a motorcycle, he will celebrate it. They will drink. Even if he has to go on there, he will drink. If they have a child, they will go and take Ashwebi. Even this on credit, they will show Ashwebi to do it because they just want to make themselves happy. We will deal with the problem later. But like the Western world, we must deal with this problem now. And before you know it, depression. So most of the people, listen, most of the people that are depressed in Nigeria today, jumping the lagoon. If you look at them properly, they are educated. They have been indoctrinated by the Western ideal of life. And therefore, because they've been, this is how things should work. These are every Nigerian would, two things make them work. One, I will do it. Third, God. Fourth, our religion. God. Then third, God is different from our religion. God will do it, either you believe in or not, but God will do it. But the other one with religion is that I will go to church, I will go and pray. I'll go to mosque, I'll go and pray. Or I will talk to Baba. Baba will shake something for me. It will happen. So we have something that makes us do it. Then what we do is that listen to music. I will listen to music. I will use that to remove this, or use one bottle of beer to step it down, or one bottle of Toboliko, of Ogogoro, or palm wine to step it down. But you know what? Tomorrow is another day. That's the typical Nigerian.
Listen to this. Give me one bottle of alcohol. Let me So what you're seeing actually is true, because I have noticed that sometimes when you see some Nigerians, when they hear people are depressed, and these are the people that are supposed to be depressed, when you hear that people are depressed, they say they're stupid. Can you imagine? They say they're stupid. What do you mean you're depression? You're living, you're alive. You have energy, you can go and walk, and you're depressed. Why are you being depressed? But this is true, because it's actually the reason is at the point they coined the Nigerian is the happiest people on earth. they are suffering
Yes.
and smiling all at the same
Yeah.
time because there is hope.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerians are never hopeless people.
Yeah,
Whether
very
they put
hopeful
their hope
people.
in God, or
Never.
they believe in religion, or they have this ardent hope that something will turn out for the better.
What will happen tomorrow?
Yes. So, and therefore, I am not going to kill myself today because of what I'm going through. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to fight my way through it, and I will
I
remain
cannot come and kill myself.
Yes, so
I gotta
I'm not going to kill myself. So that's exactly what is happening with us. So Nigerians, it's true. And let me tell you something. You know how when you go to certain parts of the world or certain parts of the country, even in Nigeria, you see certain group of people, they are so good in one area because genetically they have been motivated and formed in that area to become so good. They say Igbos are very good in business. Generally, but within Igbo land, you see some patches of community like in Nnewi and in Aba, or these other people, they are so good among Igbos that they are so good in one area or the other of business. So now, so that's what I'm seeing with Nigerians. We are a resilient group of people that are never hopeless. There is always hope somehow. If it's not there, we will develop it, we will create it, and we'll live in it, and we remain happy.
Does enough of Nigeria fall into this circle, this group,
Of course. Of course, they have their own. They have their own cliche when it comes to this, and yeah, they have their own. They have their way of doing, creating the fun for themselves, and that's why you see them. Is either you have them having children, it's also having children upon children. For you to have children, you are doing something at night too. So that is their own. For you to be having so much children, you are doing something at night. So in that area, they create fun for themselves. Also, whenever you see a gathering, now listen to, if you're in the north, when you see a gathering, either it is Ilea or Ramadan or anything, either you don't need invitation card to be there and you're being fed. When you see Kwakwanso doing this thing, after they eat, they all eat free food, they all gather together. It is about their own, is that if you are rich, God made you rich to serve us the poor. So it's not that, so that is their whole life. They just believe that. And when an Hausa man have something, he believes that it belongs to everybody. Well, we're not talking about the new generation of Hausas or Fulanis that are just greedy. In the past, so the poor in the north don't look forward to being rich. If somebody is rich within their neighborhood, that is the one that God has brought riches to feed them, and that's it.
Gentlemen, this has been nice. You both gave this well. Thank you very much. So this is it. It's fun here. Between the Lines, 4th May, and George is there in Toronto. Dr. Olufemi is there in the UK. Guys, let's go. Let's go have a week. Thank you for coming. Are there any last things you want to say, George? Is there any? I know your prayers.
My prayers still remain with Nigeria, with the president as he's traveling outside of the country. May his journey be successful, and may the things that he's planning bring fruit and peace and unity among us in Nigeria. And if there's any disruptions when it comes to politics, let's be wise and not to destroy the systems that we have already. I am also hoping that every single leader in Nigeria, from the local government chairman all the way to the presidency, that they will continue to look in the same direction together to bring peace and welfare among everybody, among all the Nigerians. That's my prayer continually.
Nice.
Yes. As for me, I pray for Nigeria, and I'm thanking God for what's happening now. Now that we know that Obi is another party, Atiku is another party, now we can begin to go for elections. Please let the game begin. Let the fun begin. The ball is everybody's court now. There's no about nobody's going to get a ticket. They have a ticket. Everybody has their ticket. NDC has their key ticket. NBC have their ticket. Let the game begin.
So, but what you're seeing, what you're seeing right now, what you're seeing right now is in the South, the votes are divided.
Of course.
And that's exactly that's a direct ticket to my president to continue in his 4 years.
Okay, let's see how that plays out. Thank you, gentlemen. This has been awesome. Between the lines, viewers, we've been looking into issues, bringing our perspective to it. And till we come again, have a beautiful week, and see you Wednesday when we come for the Global Africa. Bye-bye.
Adios,
Bye-bye.
amigos.
Adios. Arrivederci.